Hey guys, this is just a quick one. Don't mind what I'm wearing. It's so warm, I'm not going to take it off to make a video. I'm not. My granddaughter did warn me not to go out in it because somebody might shoot me thinking that I'm a real life bear. It's not a bear, it's a dog. Anyway, this is, I guess, a continuation of the videos that I've been making over on MichelleAfterDark for the last few days regarding people who die in rivers. This one's really sad. It just shows you that the river monster serial killer doesn't just operate in the UK. It operates worldwide, this serial killer. And this is a woman who died a hero trying to save a dog. So I'm assuming that's the dog that she tried to save. So this is Anchorage. A missing woman who fell under ice of a river in Alaska was trying to save her dog, according to her family. Bring the microphone closer to me, that might help. Alaska State Troopers on Tuesday identified the missing woman as 45-year-old Amanda Richmond, whose family says was publicly known to many as Mandy Richmond Rogers. An aerial and ground search began Saturday morning in Eagle River in North Fork after Richmond Rogers was reported missing. Officials say Richmond Rogers and her husband Brian Rogers were walking along the trail with their dogs when one of them went into the river's open water. The couple went into the water to search for the dog. Richmond Rogers did not resurface. Officials say the husband was not injured. Units with the Anchorage Fire Department and Alaska State Troopers were dispatched to assist with the search. A helicopter was also deployed Saturday afternoon. By Saturday evening, officials decided to postpone the search until the next day. On Sunday, Alaska Wildlife Troopers, along with volunteers with the AK Dive Search, Rescue and Recovery Team, were at the North Fork Eagle River trailhead searching for Richmond Rogers. Those searching were able to get to the site and cut into the ice, allowing the team to deploy technology that may have included divers, sonar and remote-operated vehicles underneath the ice. The search on Sunday included several areas of interest that the dive team identified. It's certainly a tragic event for the family. Our thoughts are with them, especially with the closeness to the Christmas holiday, said McDaniel. But our focus is finding the missing woman so the family can have some closure. Jamie Allard, a legislator representing the area in Eagle River where the woman disappeared, wrote of the impact of the tragedy on the close-knit community. This incident is a heartbreaking tragedy and it deeply saddens us all. The loss experienced by the family is beyond words, and they have my most heartfelt sympathies in this difficult time. This event is a grave reminder of how quickly situations can turn perilous in natural settings, especially near our river, especially near any river, wherever you are in the world, whether you're in Anchorage, Alaska, whether you're in Leeds, UK, whether you're in St Michael's-on-Wyre, in Lancashire, wherever you are in the world, rivers are dangerous. And if you're walking with a dog, it's even more dangerous. You're in even more peril. Why? Because your dog might jump in and then you might try to go and save them. Or your dog might knock you in. Stay away from the edge and keep your dogs away from the edge of rivers where the rivers are running high at the moment, even in areas where your dog is normally quite safe and your dog can swim. Dogs are great swimmers generally, but when the current is flowing, and it might look calm and lovely on top, but it might not be underneath. The rivers are running high. It's winter. There's ice. Ice is deceptive. It's so sad, but unfortunately, that's what nature does. Nature is a serial killer. The water is a serial killer. Allard encouraged the Chugiak Eagle River community to come together to support the family. She also thanked the response from emergency services, along with search and rescue and safety teams, who often demonstrate their dedication to public safety. Due to areas of thin ice and open water, the teams operated their search and rescue operations when it was safe for them to operate. McDaniel said he urges people to be cautious of thin ice when using snow machines, ice skating, ice fishing and crossing bodies of water on foot. If you're going to be near any frozen lakes, rivers or any types of waterways, make sure you know the depth of the ice. And it's deceptive. You might not know the depth of the ice. Listen, my granddad was an excellent swimmer, allegedly, when he was very young. But he told me this story of him, skating, larking about on a frozen canal one day when he was about 10 years old. And the ice broke and he fell in. Fortunately, a man walking along the bank saw the peril and risked his own life to save my granddad when he was 10. My granddad said his whole life, his whole 10 years, flashed before him. I wouldn't be here if that man had not saved my granddad. I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be talking about this right here, right now. With the interesting winter we've been having here in south central Alaska, there could be a substantial amount of snow on top of very thin ice. After no luck in finding Richmond Rogers, troopers returned to the area after the Christmas holiday on Tuesday morning to search along the river. Officials told KTTU that search efforts would continue until dark. Richmond Rogers' sister, Jennifer Richmond, provided KTUU, with pictures of the mother of 4. She's got 4 children. Also provided the following statement from Richmond Rogers' husband, Brian Rogers. My wife and I just spent the last 3 weeks decorating the house, hanging Christmas lights, buying last-minute presents, wrapping presents, watching our kids compete in the state wrestling tournament and trying to get out all the Christmas cards to friends and family. It was the first Christmas we were celebrating since the passing of Amanda's father earlier in the year. We wanted to make it special for visiting family and our 4 boys. After spending time with her mother and sister the previous 2 days, the 23rd was our day. We were married on December 23rd, 2005, making this our 18th anniversary. This is tragic. We planned to take our 2 dogs for a walk, go on a date and spend the night at Hotel Captain Cook. It was a beautiful day. We chose to hike at the North Fork of Eagle River Trailhead. We had hiked here many times and it was one of Amanda's favourites. We were having an amazing time watching the dogs play, playing with the dogs ourselves and admiring the beauty of outdoor Alaska during the winter. We visited with a few friends along the way. We stopped at an especially scenic area along the river to admire the view. We were a bit tired, so we laid down on the snow-covered ice to rest and looked at the blue sky above and the cloud formations above the mountains. The dogs ran and played. A short ways away was a small opening in the ice with water flowing, no more than about 18 inches wide. One of the dogs went over to get a drink and fell into the opening. We ran over to the opening. There was only about 5-foot area of uncovered ice downstream from the opening. I thought I saw a flash of a big white paw underneath the ice. Before even thinking, I was jumping into the water to save our dog. I held on to the edge of the ice and I frantically ducked under the ice, reaching into darkness, trying to feel and grab our dog. I felt nothing. I ran out of breath and I jumped out of the opening. I took 4 steps downstream to look for the dog through the ice again. I turned around and Amanda was getting into the water. I knew from the look on her face she was going to save our dog. She was an emergency room nurse trained to help and save people. In this situation, she was going to save our dog. I yelled, but doubt she even heard me as she was completely concentrating on saving the dog. Before I could get back to the opening to try to grab her, I could see her swimming downstream under the ice and then out of sight. I waited and waited, and I'm still waiting. To anyone wondering why we would jump to save our dog, I can only answer our instincts took over and we went in without thought. Amanda loved her dogs nearly as much as our kids. They were our family. We have a room in our house dedicated to the memory of all our precious dogs. We have tattoos of our dogs' paws. Amanda has around 35,000 photos and videos on her phone of her 18 years of marriage, and the majority of them are of our dogs. She did not jump in to save just a dog. It was a family member. To me and our boys, she died a hero. So it goes on to say she was an amazing mother. She worked as an emergency room nurse, death scene investigator, and a paediatric hospice nurse. But the job she excelled at was being a mom. So sad. So this is Amanda, and this is the dog. There's no conspiracy theories about a serial killer going around pushing women into rivers and waterways. It's not a conspiracy theory. The serial killer is real. The serial killer is the water. Nature is beautiful. The water sleeps peacefully, but step in it the wrong way and you will lose your life, whether you are human, canine, or anything in between. Look after yourself and each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.